One of the challenges, I think, that sometimes stops women from reaching out to executive coaches is we don't know how to find them. And also, like, and this is just consistent across the board from even from launching Best, right? And getting to where we are, that we see we as women have, if we are investing in anyone else, whether it's our kids, our family, our loved ones, our friends, nonprofits that we serve on their boards of, at non-paid boards, we're all about giving and investing. But when it comes to investing in ourselves or our own professional development, it seems like a luxury. Like, oh no, 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 I can't, I if I have extra money, I'm gonna do this for my, whoever, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to contribute to this. But it's really hard, at least, and again, this is not just me, but from the feedback that I've heard from people, it's uh, why do you think it's hard for us to understand that sometimes investing in ourselves pays dividends? Like the woman that you help right now, she's making 3 times what she was making. But it's hard sometimes to get out of our own head and see executive coaching or professional development as an investment opportunity. And have you seen that in your clients or people that you're trying to support? And if so, what do you say to women in particular?
Well, I'll start with the normalization of getting help for things that you need, right? Sometimes you do that for if you happen to have kids. You'll say, oh, you're struggling in math, let me get you a tutor,
Mhm.
without even thinking about it, right? And you may invest that kind of money in someone helping out. Oh, do you need lessons, singing lessons? Do you want to learn how to play a guitar? It's like any other skill or something that you want to learn, except the return on the investment. So I play the guitar. I might make money if I go to like a lounge and I play and maybe people tip me or something. But as a coach, you're helping someone rethink the way they navigate their career spaces. So the return on investment is not just financial, it's just in the way you show up and the way you're respected. What I've seen though, unfortunately, is that people will not invest in themselves. They'll put money into other things that are more surface, like designer clothes. Like I've actually had a discovery session and then we'll talk about pricing and they go, and I'll go there with some people like, so tell me the last time you bought a high-end item. They were like, oh, I bought a Louis Vuitton bag for $1,800. I'm like, so a few months of coaching versus this bag that took from you, as opposed to something you're going to get, right? Um, and the idea of normalizing coaching in the world of work, most CEOs, when they get appointed, get a coach, and not just a coach that doesn't charge like hundreds of thousands of dollar coaches, right? Over time. And that's normal because they know taking on big roles in C-suites is a lot of responsibility and it's a lot of different ways to think about the way you've already been working and you may have to shift. Those shifts are critical for the bottom line of these businesses. So boards will say, yep, go ahead and pay 100,000 for a coach so that we get what we can from you. So if that happens on that end of it, why wouldn't we do that for ourselves? Why wouldn't we consider that someone can really help you shift the way that you have been navigating? Because when you're navigating one way, to move up, you have to do things differently than you did before. And sometimes people are ready to do that. And sometimes people don't realize that they're not ready and that they may need to just do some perspective changing there. And, one thing I want to say about pricing and coaching, um, there are different prices for different kinds of coaches. And I have paid a lot, I've paid a little, right? Like I've worked with people who were training and said, can I coach you? And, this much. I've also worked with coaches that have been doing it a long time, are certified, and it's like this much. And honestly, I've gotten a lot from both. Not to say like you shouldn't pay more or less, but most coaches will do discovery sessions because not everybody is your style of coach either. There are people that I've actually turned away because I'm like, you're not ready. Like I'll give you one example. There was somebody that came to me for a discovery session, and when we were talking about, okay, what kind of positions are you looking for? And the person had a lot of trauma from many different life situations, and previous work experience issues. And when we were looking at what they said they wanted, oh, no, I can't do that position because it's going to trigger me. No, I don't think I can do that. 'Cause I'm like, you know what? You need counseling first. I'm just respectfully, you might need to work through some of the issues that you have and work with either a trauma coach or someone that's more specialized to work on the past, because the distinction is counseling digs into your past to try to figure out how to make your future better. A coach is very much focused on the present and next and the future. We'll work with some of the past because obviously that informs how you navigate the world. But the idea of a coach is like, let's move it forward and what are the actions you're going to take to change? Because I've also worked with someone who didn't do anything from session to session. And I'm like, sounds like you shouldn't be paying me. Why don't you re-engage when you're ready to do the work? Because I can't do the work for you. I can't care more about your life and career than you do. That's
Uh,
not what you're paying me for. So
I love that you have that. We also say that with Vest membership, like, um, when we started this, we didn't want to be like a gym membership, right? Like, and so now we tell women, like, if you're comfortable where you are and you feel fulfilled and you don't have an itch to like, what's more for me, or how do I leverage networks and stuff, we're probably not best for you. So like, save your money. But when you join a program like this, and I think it's the same with executive coaching, is you're going to get out what you put in. So, if you're going to invest, make the investment in doing stuff, it's like you have to show up and you have to have that desire to like go to the next level. Otherwise, I do think that then that's when it doesn't result as an investment, right? That's when there's not an ROI.